Hello Guide to Spiritual Living Tribe. I thought I would just do a short video talking to you a little bit about the full moon energies and how to work with them in general, regardless of exactly which full moon that is, which is of course going to have its own textures and difference. But there's three things I just wanted to share with you about the full moon as a bit of inspiration to maybe tune in for yourself on the full moon. The first thing about the lunar cycles in general that we need to consider when we're coming to those really important times in the lunar cycle, such as full moon or new moon, is that it is part of a rhythm. And there is that ebb and flow, which is so important, such a fundamental part of the lunar cycles and fundamental part of our learning from the lunar cycles, which is about finding our ebb and flow in our creativity, of starting with that empty spaciousness of the new moon and dropping our seeds of desires and intentions into that new moon, and then allowing those to grow and develop and become passionate purpose, become what's driving our action into the full moon, where we're at this time of fullness, of expression, of getting ready to see the harvest of whatever it is that we've been creating over that first half of the lunar cycle. So why I say that now in terms of thinking about the full moon is that it's really important to see where you've been and to look back at that rhythm of where you've been over the last 2 weeks, where you started your lunar month and where that's taken to you now, because that's going to help you attune to these energies and work out how you can work with them. So for example, if you had a specific intention on the new moon, how is that going? How close do you feel to it? How empowered do you feel to make it come alive and be true in your world? How grateful do you feel for that possibility? How confident are you in it coming alive? So asking yourself those questions and discovering that is going to really help you to work with these next two points I wanted to share with you about the full moon energies. And that comes to this fullness. So full moon is a time of fullness within us. It is this time of experiencing and feeling our radiance, feeling that inner radiance of self and being willing to be seen in that. Now, for some people that can feel really uncomfortable. It's almost like being on the spotlight in the middle of the stage and almost that performance anxiety of, well, what do I do? What do I do right now? For others, it's just this glorious filling up and overflowing. And probably, depending on the full moon, it's going to be different for you at different times. And that gives a hint as to these two next pieces, which is how do I want to work with that fullness? So there's two aspects, because we're going to the second half of the lunar cycle where we're releasing and where we're expressing and disseminating that harvest, that fullness of the full moon. Firstly, you may feel like you need to release whatever it is, whether that is a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling, recognizing that, allowing that to flow, whether that is the tears, whether that is the laughter, whatever it might be. So explore, is there anything that I want to release? Is there anything that's ready just to let go and flow through me? How can I allow my emotional self to express with integrity, to let go and release? So emotions are beautiful things and they are the fullness of our life. And at the full moon, we're learning to have integrity in our emotional self. We're learning how to handle that. And then the other half of it is expressing. So this is where we've come to our full harvest, where we are at that center stage point, and it is time for us to shine. It's time for us to be seen. It's time for us to manifest ourselves in the world. So full moon is often a time when we talk about manifesting our dreams and goals. And this is about holding your power, about recognizing all those qualities, all those aspects of yourself that have come to fullness in this last cycle, and honoring that, celebrating that, anchoring it and feeling inside you, and then choosing to express it, choosing to go out there and be yourself, to put out there your project, to be vulnerable in what matters to you and be seen and be heard, and taking specific actions towards that. So the full moon is a time of movement, of action, of expression, of releasing. So I hope that's giving you a little bit of inspiration and reflection on how you might want to work with the full moon energies. If you are really enjoying the lunar cycles, do come and check out our New Moon online women's circle, where we're working in depth with these through the goddess archetypes, and maybe we'll see you there.